Hello guys, today I will be showing you the first batch of the Ever After High characters that I've created. Today you will be seeing all of the royals that will be living in this build here and will be a part of our series on the channel. I will be having CC links in the description down below. You should definitely check them out if you want to have the specific item or if you want to have the entire character as is shown in the video. So I hope you enjoy. Royals aren't necessarily nobles. I have to clarify in case you aren't very familiar with Ever After High. I did explain it in my previous video, but once again, it's a show / book series, that's doll series that was basically about the offspring of fairy tale characters, and they all have to decide whether they want to follow the parents' footsteps, or they want to live their own life and not follow a destiny that's predetermined for them. Now, specifically, the royals believe that there should not be a choice. So that is basically the distinction with the rebels. You will be seeing the rebels in the next video. I had to separate them like this because there's a lot of characters. There's 31 characters to be exact. If you want to see the inside of this build and all the shared spaces, the exterior and all of that in detail, check out my previous video where I take you on a tour of this castle. Otherwise, let's head on to the characters. So we're starting with Alister Wonderland. He was the first character that my wheel with all the characters' names landed on, so I made him first, and he also got the first room. So Alister is a goofball. He's good and he is adventurous. I made his aspiration the Jungle Explorer aspiration because I feel like that's the one that made the most sense. You can see his preferences right there. But he is generally a very nice character, very good-natured, and he's a very adventurous type, so I went with that for his look. I'm going to read you a bit about his personality. He loves a good riddle. He's very witty. He can be a bit overconfident with himself, calling himself a riddle master, but he's selfless, brave, and well-rounded. He misses Wonderland very much because there's a thing in the plot of the show where Wonderland is inaccessible, it's cursed. And he's a very curious person. He's a royal because he wants to experience many curious adventures, the way his mother, Alice of Wonderland, did. And yeah, that's pretty much it about Alister. There's also a possibility that he has feelings for Bonnie Blanc. So because he was first, I'm also showing you the entry of the royals in the first floor. Again, go watch my previous video for more information on that. And here is his room. I settled for more like blue and white tones. I tried to make it like the carpet is like shards of a mirror from the looking glass thing. I tried to put a lot of mushrooms, this jester, the 6 impossible things before breakfast that Alice says, a map here because he's a traveler, the Alice in Wonderland poster, a TV and some books, a mushroom, a white rabbit over there, and yeah, that's pretty much his room. Next up, it landed on Blondie Locks, and that's actually quite perfect because her and Alister share like a color palette, so that worked very nicely because they're roommates. So here is Blondie Locks, and she's nosy, she's a snob, and she loves the outdoors. I also gave her the Seeker of Secrets aspiration. You can see her preferences in this on the screen right now. I think she ended up looking very cute and very anime-like. I wouldn't say she's one of my favorite characters. Oh my god, look at that. I give her like these teddy bear nails, and I think that's actually so perfect. She is basically like a reporter, a vlogger. She's very popular due to that. She has the Mirrorcast news show called Just Right. Here I gave her a necklace that has the teddy bear shape. I don't know if you can see that very well. Her show is very popular, and she's a royal because she wants to fit in and get the respect of the noble kids. And she tries insistently to be part of their group, but she doesn't really realize that she is pushing it a bit. But oh well. And she tries to constantly prove herself to her friends. Obviously, she's the daughter of Goldilocks. I should not forget to tell you this every time. But yeah, her look has a lot of baby blue and bows and teddy bears and bears and all of that. I think her face is a very anime kind of face. I think I said that before. But yeah, I gave her this like big hair with locks and like very blonde. Yeah, This is her room. She's sitting in her bear armchair over there. I gave her every teddy bear item you have in this game. I gave it to her. And yeah, it's blue, white, and brown. She has this little corner there for her show, so that she can vlog and make videos and all of that. And yeah, blue bows, bunnies, not bunnies, teddy bears. And yeah, that's pretty much it for her. I forgot to mention that she literally loves to gossip. That's the main thing about her. But anyway, the next one is Bunny Blanc, another Wonderland character, I know. And she's a genius. She's socially awkward and proper. I didn't really know which aspiration to give her, so I just gave her the good neighbor thing. She is... Basically, to be honest, the biggest thing that I remember about her is the fact that she has feelings for Alister, but she is the daughter of the White Rabbit from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and she does want to be like the next White Rabbit, so she's a royal because she wants to follow the path that's laid out for her, and she is shy. She's also quite intelligent and nervous when it comes to solving problems. She's just very dependent on her friends. She's mature, patient, and unassertive. And she's always on time for some reason. It says like that her magic power is always being on time for things. But anyway, I went for a very black and white look for her, and very kind of preppy, but not exactly. Maybe like more of a fancy look. I'm not very sure, but yeah, since she has the second bedroom in the first floor, I also showed you a bit more of the entryway. But anyways, here inside her bedroom, I gave her every hare, rabbit, bunny you could ever think there is in this game. It is in here. There's also some mushrooms because of the Wonderland theme, and there's also a lot of clocks because of the White Rabbit theme. I also gave her a chess table because she is in the chess club with Alister, and I think this is also turning out very perfect because she's like right next door to Alister. So if they get together, he can just be hanging out here in her bedroom right next to his bedroom while Blondie Locks just, films her videos. But anyways, there's a lot of cool pictures in here that I found on the gallery. And yeah. Next up, we have Far Good Fairy, the daughter of the fairy godmother from Cinderella. This is a character that I didn't really know very well, and actually watched her episode when I made her. She's got this very like stars theme, a lot of dark blue, a lot of jewels, and very like bling bling. She's good, she's generous and creative. I also gave her the inspiration for a soulmate because in her episode, she's sort of like, I'm always helping others get their dreams come true. Are my dreams ever going to be realized? Here I've given her this star necklace. She also has the power to she just basically is a spellcaster, and she can make anything happen, appear out of thin air, but it always has a time limit, and her magic, expires after a few hours, which is a fun thing from the Cinderella fairy tale. But yeah, she's a very generous person, and she's very sweet. I think it's quite funny, but basically the main reason that she wants to follow her destiny is that she likes the magic and the fashion. To be honest, work. I gave her these porcelain wings because they don't really look a lot like the ones she wears on the show, but I thought they were very bling bling. And here is her room. I added a lot of stars, a lot of shimmer, a lot of glitter, anything that I could find that is shiny and star shaped. She has a lot of clothes since she makes clothes, and I think that's a very fun aspect, how the fairy godmother gave Cinderella the pretty gown and all of those things. I think it's wonderful that she has an actual passion to create clothes. I gave her that mannequin as in working on the ball gown that she wants to give the daughter of Cinderella, maybe. I gave her that clock with inside the star because of how her magic always expires after some time has passed. And I gave her some snowflakes, even though I think it's a bit strange. They are in her design, and I couldn't incorporate them in her look, so I put them in the room. I also gave her that picture of the wish card from tarot, from tarot, because what dream is a wish your heart makes. It makes sense. Next one is Duchess Swan. I absolutely love this character. She is so fun. Look at her go. I gave her this big dress because it's a ballerina dress. I mean, come on. She's a dance machine. She's ambitious and a perfectionist. You can see her preferences right there. She is the daughter of the Swan Queen, like a dad basically from Swan Lake. And she's on the royal side, even though she doesn't get a happily ever after. And it's also the reason that she's so bitter and she goes to great lengths to punish people who get a happily ever after and they don't commit to it. She also occasionally tries to forcefully switch her destiny with another princesses, and she has not yet succeeded in doing that, obviously. So she's very much so an opportunist, and she's very like mischievous in that way, even though she is supposed to be like a good character like Odette, which is also the reason why she has started to sprout like black feathers. I also gave her those feather earrings for her hot weather outfit. I think that was really cool. So it's like an indication that she also has a black swan inside of her, because she's not really that like innocent as a person. Here I gave her a lot of swan imagery. I gave her a lot of feathers, very fluffy and white. Anything with wings or feathers is here that I could find that fit the theme. Some birds and things from Debug, and also that beautiful picture over her bed from the gallery. And yeah, I thought that all of this fit pretty well for the image of like purity and ballet and all of that, but we do have a few black accents because of her true nature. I also put those two swans over there. I feel like that is really cute, even though it's not exactly white. Next up, we have also one of my favorites, Lizzy Hart. She's family-oriented, proper, and hot-headed. She's the daughter of the Queen of Hearts. Again, yes, I know, another Wonderland character. I don't know how they all ended up on the same... Like, it's funny because the rebel characters are on the first floor as well in their respective side of the building. But anyways, so she has all of those preferences that you just saw. You could pause if you want to read them. She is a royal because she has years of family dedication, and she believes in destiny in general. She has prepared to become the next Queen of Hearts / Queen of Wonderland. So she's kind and caring. I put a lot of red and black in her look. I also tried to put some sort of like checkered or diamond pattern. She does miss Wonderland very much. If I remember that from the show quite well, she misses her mother terribly. I also gave her that heart tattoo because I think it's very fitting. I absolutely love the way she turned out, by the way. I feel like she's one of my favorites. And she also likes to make clothes, which maybe not as much as Farrah Good Fairy that we saw before, but she does have an interest in that. I gave her this like snob walk because it is so fitting. If you've ever seen the show and Lizzy Hart is in a scene, she's always saying off with their head, and it's so funny. Here is her room. I have found so many nice pictures that had to do with cards and like Wonderland and Queen of Hearts. So I put them there, put that like sad heart plushie, which I feel is so funny. I give her those clothes over there because she makes clothes, some scissors and magazines, and here she is sitting over there feeling very happy with herself. And yeah, that's her side of the room with Duchess, and that's actually pretty fun because they're actually roommates in the actual show, which I think is, you know, really cool that their roommates here too. She also has those heart tables from Lovestruck. That's perfect. Next up, we have Mishel Mermaid, the daughter of the Little Mermaid, Ariel the Little Mermaid. She's obviously a mermaid. I mean, it's literally in the name. She's definitely one of my favorites. I feel like I really snapped with her face. Like, she's so fucking beautiful. Are you kidding me? She is socially awkward, a loner, and a child of the ocean. Obviously, I also gave her the musical genius inspiration. I gave her this dress here because of how it looks like seaweed or corals, like covering her chest area. Anyways, so she's a character is very, very shy. She's like the shyest character in Ever After High, but it's literally because like she's just not comfortable not being a fish. She's literally a fish out of water, and she lacks confidence as a human, and she's much more comfortable as a mermaid. And she's kind and gentle, and she loves to sing. She's like supposedly got like the best voice or the most beautiful voice out of all of them, which makes sense. I mean, yeah. I actually adore all her looks. The party look, I just loved it. This one is also very cute for hot weather. You can see her preferences here because I forgot to show you before. She has pearls. She has a lot of like things that have reminded me of the beach or the ocean. Even her cold weather outfit, I would say, is very soft and very beachy. Here with her mermaid form, I don't know why it does that. I swear she has a tail. She's always had the tail, but I don't know why it just decides to disappear sometimes. Anyways, so Mishel is like the shyest character at the school. Like I said, I'm very happy with her design, not just her face, but also the way that her like clothes and her looks are. I love them. You can see a lot of cool tails that I have here, and I chose this one though because I feel like it kind of looks the most like the one that she has in the show, so that's why I gave her that one. And I don't know what the problem is with the tail vanishing. I don't know if it's the tail or something else in my game. But next up we also have Hopper Crockington II, and I'm going to show you him before I show you the bedroom because they're roommates, and I thought it was perfect as creatures of the water, or like by the water. You can see his preferences right there. He's socially awkward, a love bug, and romantic because he's literally like obsessed with just flirting and just being like getting the attention of like a girl at school, and it's actually pathetic. And I also love him for it though. Obviously, he's the son of the Frog Prince, and he essentially has two personalities. He's debonair in his frog form, and in his human form, he's pushy and awkward and a failure, very pathetic and just bad. This is from the Expanded Mermaids mod, and I had to give it to him. Like literally, he had to have it. I mean, yeah. So he charms ladies as a frog, and then they kiss him and they turn him human, and then because of his nervousness, he changes back into a frog. So yeah, these two are on the third floor, so I'm showing you here how they get to the room. Here, the first part of the room is Hopper's, and I chose this like very like leaves, and I found the statue of a frog, and it was so perfect. Look at them. They're literally identical. The two frogs over there. It's perfect. We have some lily pads on the floor, and yeah, I think it's pretty cute. He doesn't need much more than that. But then Mishel's side of the room is just absolutely stunning. I love it. Look at it. Look at this color palette with the peachy and the like light blue colors. They're so pretty. I found this fish, the frog and the fish. It's just perfect. This fish is filling her tub with water. It's perfect. Look at her with her fishtail out. Some more lily pads over there, and I think it's really pretty, like a coral thing that I found. And then this bed has a shell. I put this because maybe she has a pet fish in like over there. And I think it's just so pretty. We have some underwater pictures, a dream catcher, and I think it's just stunning. It's stunning. I love this room. I do. Next, we have the common room before I show you the second class of the royals. So the common room is basically where they can just gather and watch TV, they can listen to music, they can talk, and they can also, the royals can also drink of that keg I put in there because I found it a very popular kid / Chad-y thing to do, like rich kids vibes. Yeah. So I don't show you in the video, but they do have a balcony like from that big white door that leads to basically an area with a barbecue, and they can just sit there and be like, we are elite and we're having a party here where nobody else can come unless they're a royal. So yeah, next up we have Ashlin Ella, the daughter of Cinderella. I think she's so pretty. Look at her. Okay, I didn't expect her to turn out so accurate, to be honest. Like, I found her design to be very hard to replicate with the clothes when I was reminded of it, but I think I did fine. She's romantic and animal enthusiast, and she loves the outdoors. You can see her preferences over there, and I also gave her the soulmate aspiration because she values romance a lot. She basically in the show starts out as a royal because she wants to be like the next Cinderella, and she loves shoes. She has an obsession with shoes. But she falls in love with Hunter Huntsman, and because she wants to be with him, she basically becomes a rebel in the course of the show. Because she doesn't really care about becoming the next Cinderella. She only cares about being happy with him, and she's not supposed to be with him because Cinderella marries a prince, right? So he is basically a peasant, but I do think that it's also very fun to consider it in a way that she is the prince of the Cinderella fairy tale and he is Cinderella, because he is the peasant and she is the princess, and he's gonna marry her, and in that way the fairy tale is fulfilled, but not in the way that they expected. Anyways, she's a very generous person. She's very kind-hearted, and she's a very, very good friend because she even put her friend's feelings about her relationship first, and she broke up with Hunter because she didn't want to upset everyone. Anyways, here's her bedroom. It's very soft, very royal. These pictures are perfect. I found them from the gallery. I gave her all the shoes in this game. All the shoes. She has this terrible obsession with shoes. She even owns a store with shoes. She sells shoes over there, but yeah. Anyways, next up we have a Daring Charming, the oldest, I believe, child of the Charmings in the show. He's self-absorbed, a bro, and outgoing. And I also gave him the world-famous celebrity aspiration because he's literally so vain. Like, he literally looks himself in the mirror every time he's on screen. Like, he's so full of himself. I would say that, yeah, I like the way his face turned out a lot, actually. And he does have character development in the show, but it doesn't come until later. It's actually shown that he is not the prince for the Snow White fairy tale, because everyone believes that he is the Snow White prince. And that's also why he's in a relationship with Applewhite when the show starts, because they're meant to be together because of the fairy tale that they're supposed to fulfill. But, well, he actually isn't. He's probably the prince for the daughter of Belle from Beauty and the Beast. But anyways, we're gonna see her in the Rebels video. So next up we have his brother Dexter Charming. So Dexter is socially awkward. He's a geek and he's generous. He works with another character, Humpty Dumpty. You can see experiences right there too. For Blondie Locks. They're basically doing all the technical things for her show, and I think that's pretty cool. He loves gaming and programming and all of that, robotics. Dexter is a very kind guy. Compared to his brother, he's not full of himself at all. He is actually just quite shy. He doesn't know how to really express himself. It's also a bit funny because he wears these glasses, and it's like he has some sort of charismatic power where his gaze is very hypnotizing, but the kind of spell wears off when he puts his glasses back on, and I think that's actually hilarious. But anyway, here is the room for him and his brother, who's also the older twin of Darling Charming, but she's a rebel, so you won't see her in this video. I figured that it was very fitting that he gets the smaller little tight space bedroom, while Daring gets all the space and all the mirrors, and just very boring. And yeah, they're very for society, for family expectations, they are royals. Next up, we have another one of my favorites, Fable Thorne. I know I tend to have favorites with evil-ish characters, but she's so iconic. I love her. She's a girl failure, and I actually love the way that she turned out. I really wanted to make her top lip bigger than her bottom lip, because that's the thing she has in the show, and I'm very glad that I managed to kind of do that. She's ambitious, jealous, and active because she's the cheerleading captain, I believe. And I also gave her the inspiration for Public Enemy. She wants to be evil so bad. She wants to be like the worst fucking fairy ever. She, by the way, is the daughter of the dark fairy, or the Maleficent character from Sleeping Beauty. She wants to be like her mother so bad, but she just can't. She fails at everything she does, and then she's like, I don't know, she's so fucking funny. I love her. I also think it's very funny that because of her family like curse thing, that she can never be invited to parties. Like, someone will always forget to invite her at a party, and she's very bitter about that, and I think that's so fucking funny. I love the way she looks. She's so, like, I don't know how to call her aesthetic. Maybe like dark. This is a bit more grungy, or maybe more emo, but she's very luxurious while at the same time being very goth, I guess. I love her wings. I do. I love her wings. I love the way that they show up in this downturned swatch, I guess, as well. And I think she's just so pretty. She's so pretty. I love her clothes, and I love the way she looks. And she looks so mean, and I love it. I do. I love it. Anyway, so she is really, like, she wants to be bad very, very, very badly. She likes being mischievous, and she doesn't like it, however, when people take advantage of her, when other villains try to, like, conspire with her and it actually backstab her. But she's just really sweet underneath all of that. So this is her bedroom. I gave her all of these roses and in blue because I feel like they match her fairy tale very much, and that ivy overhead, I just love it. Next up we have Holly OHare. We have the oldest / youngest twin of Rapunzel. Basically, the thing is that she's actually the younger one, but nobody knows this, because if they knew that, she wouldn't be able to become the next Rapunzel. So her and her twin Poppy, who is actually a rebel and not a royal, they kept this a secret, and nobody knows except them and their caretaker from when they were babies, and which is how they found out that their birth certificates were switched. So she's generous, bookworm and creative. I also gave her the successful lineage aspiration. Didn't know what else to give her. I suppose with how she wants to be the next Rapunzel, that she would have that. So I got inspired a lot by Tangled, to be honest, for her. And like, apart from Ever After High, I gave her this like long hair because it's just so perfect. And actually, her and Poppy are identical twins because I literally cloned them, and like I just made like a copy of them, and then I styled them differently and gave them different names. So I feel like that's pretty cool. She has a lot of purple, obviously, and a lot of pink, and a bunch of gold. I think she turned out pretty cute. She loves stories, basically, and she also has a magical power. I know it sounds funny, but it's true. To like grow her hair to any length that she wants. So basically, people have been using her hair for like escapes or whatever, which is, it's kind of crazy to think about, but oh well. Here you can see she's on the 4th floor, and she has these little suns. This little sun that I put her in her bedroom. This is a writing area because she likes to write, I think, and I gave her that mirror because it kind of looked like braids. That sun and that clock that looks like a sun, and that mirror and that lantern, and a bunch of hair products. Next we have the icon, the one and only Briar Beauty. She's one of my favorite characters in the show, like absolutely, like top 3. I love the way she turned out. I am so happy with her, with the sunglasses and the roses simultaneously on her hair. She's just stunning. She's adventurous, a dance machine, and a party animal because, yes, she wants to party hard. She's gonna sleep for 100 years. She's gonna lose everyone. So she definitely wants to forget about that and, party all night long. She can also be quite sarcastic. Here I got inspiration from Legacy Day. She can also be quite sarcastic and very funny. She tends to fall asleep sometimes involuntarily because, she can't control it always. She's got a bit of narcolepsy, yeah. I love this hair and, like, this dancing outfit. Like, it's so cute. Like, athletic outfit. I love it. I love it. I love the roses and the cape, and this is her sleepwear, which is just so, like, princessy and just diva. She's a diva. See, she is a diva. This is the party outfit. I mean, come on. That necklace is just so perfect for her. I cannot believe that I found it. I love her. I do. She's amazing. She's actually amazing. And she's absolutely one of my favorite characters in the show, even though she's a royal, because she starts out as a royal and then she's like, I fucking hate this shit, Like, have y'all fucking considered how I'm gonna sleep for 100 years and y'all are gonna be dead when I wake up? Like, what did y'all think of me? And she just, like, kind of, like, throws a middle finger to the whole thing. And she's like, I will actually make it so that none of you will have your fairy tale destiny. Anyways, now I'm kind of spoiling things for the show, but oh well. Here is her crazy bedroom because I had to make her bedroom like a dance floor. Look at all those neon lights. I gave her that spinning wheel at the top because I felt like it was kind of perfect for Sleeping Beauty. That lava lamp. She's got so much, like, like stereos, a lot of roses, so some balloons, LED lights, like party posters. She has a fucking disco ball. Like, it's just so fucking perfect. Next up, we have Justine Dancer. She's also one of the characters that I didn't really know because she's one of the latest ones, I think, that were released. I didn't really know what inspiration to give her, so I just gave her that random one. Maybe we'll change it when we start playing, but you can see her preferences. She's also like a dance machine. She is a music lover, and she's an overachiever because I didn't know what else to give her. She is the 12th daughter of the 12 dancing princesses, which kind of sounds crazy to say, but I suppose she's just the daughter of the 12th dancing princess. So she's going to be the next 12th. She's going to be the next dancing princess. I don't know how that works because she's supposed to, like, isn't she supposed to, like, oh my god, no, she has 12 siblings and 12 aunts. 11? Jesus. Okay, I don't know how the math works. I'm tired. So anyway, she is going to be dancing a lot in her sleep. She's, instead of sleepwalking, she sleep dances, and I love the way that she looks. I think she looks so pretty and so cute. I love the way the bright yellow looks on her skin and with her eyes. I really like this hair on her too. I like her tiara a lot. This kind of sunflower dress is real pretty, and this cold weather outfit is everything. I think it's the best one that I've made for a royal because look at it, it's so perfect. It's like a ballerina in the cold. I don't know how that makes sense, but it kind of does in my head. I don't know what to tell you. I think she looks so pretty. Anyway, she's the roommate of Fable, as you can see here, and I didn't know what to really give her in her room. I gave her these shoes in a picture and some more shoes over there because she's supposed to, like, tear through her shoes every night that she dances, and a little area to dance in a stereo. Next up, we have Apple White. Yep, she's basically the second main character of the show, and she has a very big need to follow her destiny. She's self-absorbed, outgoing, and generous, and a friend of the world aspiration. You can see her preferences there. I initially hated this character. Even right now, I am just okay with her. You just learn to live with Apple White. She's the daughter of Snow White, And she's basically like the most popular girl at school. For some reason, like everyone is head over heels for her, and she's supposed to be like the next queen because of being the daughter of Snow White. Like generally the queen of Ever After. I don't know why that is the case. Maybe because Snow White is like the first fairy tale, or like the first Disney fairy tale film. I don't know why they decided to do that, but anyways, this is a bit much for her Fulmar outfit, but I had to go with her Legacy Day outfit, and I tried to make it look like that. Anyways, Applewhite is a character that generally is like she's very generous and stuff. She always likes to think about how others are feeling until it affects her. The reason that she's such a royals, like we have to follow tradition character is that she's so fucking terrified of not becoming happy in life. She is so terrified of something awful happening to her that she thinks everyone should actually sign their life away to fulfill this book, to fulfill this fairy tale destiny thing. And unless like they do that, we're all gonna fucking suffer, and a tragedy will happen, and everything will fucking disappear, because she's just paranoid like that. She thinks that if she can't control the lives of the people around her, she will actually be destroyed. She thinks she'll die. She legit thinks that she will die. She thinks that she will fucking die, and there's no other way for her to become happy and live unless she gets the Snow White's fairy tale story to come alive for her. Anyway, she's here in the last room of the castle next to Raven Queen, the daughter of the Evil Queen. But anyways, we have a lot of red in her room. We have a lot of apples because she's just so eager to eat a poisoned apple. She wants to like die so badly to get her happily ever after, which is so fucking funny if you think about it, because she's just scared of dying, and that's why she wants to get the happily ever after. But who am I to judge? Anyway, she has a lot of red and white, obviously, like I said. She has this balcony moment because of course she does. And you can see in this beautiful way up here. I love it the way that this looks. You can see her room from the window, and you can be looking into it. So that is all of the royals for the Ever After High series. Please tell me who your favorite is. Please tell me if you're excited about the series on my channel. Tell me which one is your favorite. Maybe you have a different favorite sim and a different bedroom. So tell me that as well. I personally think that I'm most satisfied with how Briar looks. Briar and potentially Fable and Lizzy. Maybe because they're my favorite characters, but I think I really nailed them. I also quite like Justine Dancer, to be honest, and I also like Mishel so much. Mishel is so pretty. Can we like not a little... Okay. I'm gonna leave now, and I will see you in the next video for the Rebels, who are also very, very stunning and have beautiful bedrooms. So I will see you in that video. Goodbye!